Hello and welcome to AI Unlocked with Intel Core Ultra. In this series, we'll interview creatives from across Canada about their artistic process, technology, and what's possible with AI. Euan Robertson is a visionary creative specializing in design, projection, and events. He captivates audiences with his innovative digital art and interactive experiences, pushing the boundaries of visual storytelling. Thanks for joining us, Euan.
No problem. You're welcome.
Let's talk a little about your creative process. What is the process from ideation to the product?
Well, if we're talking the installation work, I guess it would start with going and seeing where it's going to be. I think it's pretty important to me that the work feels like it belongs where it's projected or where it's installed. So going to the actual venue, if possible, and scouting where we're going to put projectors, what kind of medium we want to project onto, how we can make the work feel like it belongs there is usually the first step. Once we've got that initial step out the way, I usually jump right into Blender and do some stuff in 3D to get some colors and the first couple iterations of the idea down. We test the projections to see if the contrast's right, if the colors look good, if everything pops, and then we can go back and adjust accordingly. And then we just go to town on the actual animation or interactive part of the installation afterwards.
Your experience and your background as a DJ and as a music producer, how has it influenced your design?
Definitely heavily influenced it. I guess I wouldn't be in design if it wasn't for the music. Having needed my own design and promo work and cover art done as a musician, if you want to start ballooning your costs, you can pay the best guy to do it. But if you're starting out and you want to do it yourself, then it can save you some money, and it's a nice different creative outlet. So it definitely pushed me into being a visual artist, because I started doing the visual art, and then realized that this was actually a better route for me than making the music. But aside from that, I guess there are always ways that working inside software creatively translates from music to visuals either way. It's, a lot of the principles are very similar. And I guess I used to sample a lot. And so using things like Midjourney to give yourself a wide base of stuff to look at, cutting little bits out, putting them together, layering them, changing the colors, doing whatever else, reminds me of sampling a little bit, and I guess the philosophy is translated as well.
Sounds like you've done a lot of experimenting and testing in your time.
I do, in my free time when I'm not working for a client or doing an install, try to do my own personal work, and that's where I let the experimentation happen, because I have time to do it at that point. If I have a deadline, sometimes you just rely on what you know already.
Yeah, and that journey of discovery is also how you grow as a person, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so and then that could then in the end become something that you build on, that you could take into your next work.
Yeah, I think being scared of change is not really the right attitude to have.
Never for a creative course, never. So you talked about Blender. Any other applications that you work with?
Oh, certainly. Blender's pretty good to plug into lots of different workflows. I started in Photoshop and Illustrator back 10 years ago. Because I don't draw or illustrate, it was tough to find original material to use. So when I saw Blender, I was like, oh, okay, there's something where I don't actually need to use my hands. I can use my brain and the computer to author, more original work. And it kind of grew from there. So it's a pretty big part of it. You can then take your exported renders and do all sorts of stuff with them. They can go into video games, the models. You can use the animations. You can then easily cut out PNG alpha channels to use in flyers, design work, and whatnot. So it's a really versatile tool. I'm fully back.
What I hear is the technology is very, very crucial to what you do.
Absolutely. I think I even try to use the technology as the medium a lot, as well as just a tool to get the work done, using themes that relate to technology to kind of talk about what you're doing. Makes the work a bit self-aware, I guess.
AI is all around us. It's so much more pervasive now than it was several years ago. Can you tell us about any kind of AI functionalities you've had to incorporate into your work recently?
Yeah, since learning just the Blender 3D part of my work, I've dived into all sorts of different applications. Started with Midjourney and DALL-E, just quickly prompting up ideas. Originally you get obsessed and just, okay, what's it going to give me? What's it going to give me? And then you slowly start to learn how to get back what you want from it as opposed to what it wants to give you. But aside from that, I use ChatGPT and large language models to give myself copy, to write code for various different programs. It writes me Python that I can plug into Blender. It writes me code for After Effects and for Touch Designer. Because I have no background in that whatsoever, it's nice to dabble a little bit with it. There's also a brilliant GPT-4 plugin for Blender, which allows me to type prompts in directly in the interface in Blender, and it'll do a lot of the work for me, as opposed to having to drag in the 50 things, move them around. I can just ask it to do those 50 things for me in a row, and it'll go to town, which is awesome. But sometimes if you ask it to do too much, it can slow you down, because it's like, oh, it didn't work, and I may as well have just done it myself. But if you can figure out what it does really well and let it to do that, then it can really speed you up.
You have made AI your perfect sidekick.
I think so. Well, I mean, as far as the limitations go so far, I feel like I've done a decent job of optimizing how it's used for what I do.
And that's the beautiful thing, right? We should always use technology to enhance us, improve our productivity, get it to work with us as we develop and as we do the things that we want to do, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Intel recently launched Intel Core Ultra laptops, and these laptops are designed to help AI applications run flawlessly. So let's have a look at one of those examples.
Let's jump in.
This generative AI plugin for Blender allows you to generate a 3D model of whatever is on your mind in a couple of keystrokes. This feature leverages powerful text-to-3D capabilities, transforming text prompts into detailed 3D models, effortlessly create, modify, and enhance your 3D assets with AI-driven precision, bringing your imagination to life in the virtual world.
Oh yeah, that plugin is an absolute game changer.
Awesome. And what advice would you offer to somebody who wants to walk in your shoes, who wants to become the kind of artist that you become?
I think everybody has their own path, but for me, really niching down into something that I was very passionate about and interested in was super key, just to get you in the seat, get you in front of your workstation, to put the time in, to have the discipline to get there and do it every single day, so that you back your own skills and you have the confidence to get out there and do it. Perfectionism is a really big part of any artist's journey. You want your work to be amazing every single time, but if you can learn that finished is better than perfect, and to continually finish things over and over and over again, when you have a deadline in front of you or you have something that you need to get done, it's going to get done because you have that practice in just finishing, as opposed to stressing, chopping, changing, worrying, anxiety. So yeah, get rid of perfectionism and you will be a lot further ahead.
I think that's very good advice, because if you're not just an artist, you're also a business person. And the one thing your customers need is for you to do the work that they've asked you to do. And that means delivering something that's on brief. So yeah, I think that's great advice.
On brief and on time.
On time, yes, and at a good price as well. It's been nice chatting with you, Euan. Thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Intel Core Ultra laptops are available wherever technology products are sold.